And hello everybody, welcome back to RFC News. Today we're going to be talking about one of the success stories from the summer transfer window. That of course being Emmanuel Fernandez. Emmanuel Fernandez has been a revelation in the backline for Rangers so far this season, and a player that I'm really happy with. It's a very good signing from Rangers, and certainly does have a very bright future in the game. Now of course I would love to see him stay at Rangers for a very long time. However, what's always natural in football is that you start to hear certain transfer stories come out surrounding players that are doing well at either Rangers or Celtic. And due to Emmanuel's age, he is getting notoriety. Now, there's two stories that I want to discuss in today's video. And the first one is, of course, that he has made a huge career decision as he's expected to land his first international call-up. And that's being reported that Emmanuel has reportedly agreed to play for Nigeria and could be called up to the next international games. Of course, he won the Player of the Month award in January, so credit to him. We've got a long, not necessarily a long history, we've had a recent history of players playing for Nigeria that, of course, have done well at Rangers. Calvin Bassey, Leon Balogun, Cyril Dessers, to name a few. And yes, Emmanuel Fernandez looks likely to be the next Ranger to represent Nigeria. And it does seem as though he could be called up for the next international games. Now, whilst that's great for Emmanuel, we're also starting to see things online now as well from different sources that both Arsenal and Chelsea are among Premier League clubs monitoring the Rangers centre-back. I'm also seeing Bayer Leverkusen as a team that are also reigniting their pursuit of Emmanuel Fernandez as well. So one thing that seems certain here is a lot of top teams are looking to are monitoring him, and that's not surprising. We've seen a lot of clubs, of course, look to Scotland, pay big money, not relative big money in terms of global football, but breaking records and whatnot from the other side of the city and us as well. So we know that the Scottish Premiership is attractive to some. And as stated, we're seeing some reports this morning that Bayer Leverkusen, Arsenal and Chelsea are all monitoring him this season. No approaches or formal approaches for the player so far as of yet. However, of course, we are in February. And if he's going to continue performing at the level he is, then it's not going to be a surprise that there will be a lot of interest in him come the summer. In other news, Bojan Miovski's future at Rangers is beginning to look increasingly uncertain, with growing indications that the striker could consider a summer exit if his situation at Ibrox does not improve. The 26-year-old has become frustrated by his lack of consistent opportunities under head coach Danny Rowe, who has favoured alternative attacking options in recent weeks. Both Ryan Naderi and Youssef Chermiti have been preferred from the start, leaving Miovski largely confined to the sidelines. A source close to the player explained, "Bojan didn't come to Rangers to sit on the bench. He believed he was arriving as the club's main striker, someone the team would be built around. Right now, he doesn't feel that's happening." Miovski was recruited last summer with a clear intention of leading the line, after Rangers committed to a deal that could rise to £4.2 million. At the time, the signing was viewed as a major statement of intent. However, his involvement has been limited, with the forward playing just 4 minutes across the last 2 Scottish Premiership matches. Another insider added, "He's professional and works hard every day in training, but he wants clarity. If nothing changes between now and the end of the season, he will have to think about what's best for his career." Chermiti's recent form has only intensified the competition. The Portuguese striker netted a hat-trick in the 4-2 victory over Heart of Midlothian, underlining his growing importance in Rowe's system. Statistically, he has outperformed Miovski across the campaign, while Naderi has also strengthened his position following his deadline day arrival from Hansa Rostock.
For Miovski, the contrast with his previous spell in Scotland is stark. During his time at Aberdeen, he scored 26 goals in all competitions in the 2023-24 season and established himself as one of the league's most reliable forwards. Since moving to Ibrox, he has managed just 4 league goals in the current campaign. A senior figure within the game commented, "There's no doubt about Miovski's quality. We've seen what he can do in this league. Sometimes it's about confidence and rhythm, and he hasn't been given the run of games to build that." With Rangers locked in a tight title race in the Scottish Premiership, Roll is prioritising stability and form over rotation. Alongside Celtic and Hearts, Rangers are separated by just 3 points at the summit, increasing the pressure on selection decisions. One dressing room source noted, "The manager is going with players he trusts right now. It's about getting results first and foremost. Unfortunately for Bojan, he's on the outside looking in at the moment." Away from the pitch, Rangers are also carefully managing contract matters. Talks with captain James Tavernier are expected to be postponed until the end of the season, despite his deal nearing its expiry. The club is keen to avoid distractions during the run-in. A club insider explained, "James is a huge part of this team, and everyone expects an agreement to be reached. But right now, the focus is on winning games. Anything that could affect concentration is being parked." For Miovski, however, time may be running out. While he remains committed to fighting for his place, his long-term future appears increasingly uncertain. As one source summed up, "Bojan loves playing in Scotland and respects Rangers, but he wants to be a regular starter. If that doesn't happen, he won't rule out a move. He's at an important stage of his career and needs to be playing every week." With the season entering its decisive phase, the coming months could prove pivotal in determining whether Miovski can re-establish himself at Ibrox, or whether Rangers and their high-profile striker will part ways in the summer. Ultimately, the situation surrounding Bojan Miovski reflects the fine margins that often define success and frustration at the top level. While Rangers remain firmly focused on delivering silverware in a tightly contested title race, individual futures cannot be ignored for long. For Miovski, the remainder of the campaign represents a crucial window, an opportunity to force his way back into contention and remind supporters why the club invested so heavily in him. Whether he can reclaim a regular role under Danny Roll may determine not only his standing within the squad, but also his long-term future at Ibrox. If chances remain limited, the likelihood of serious discussions over a summer move will only increase. In a season where every point matters, Rangers must balance their immediate ambitions with careful squad management, and Miovski's next few months could prove decisive for both player and club. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We post all the latest Rangers news every single day, so join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.